Hello and welcome to this mini episode of Fawn Talks Fiber. I'm Fawn Bustler, the knitwear designer behind Fawn Knits, and today I just wanted to record hopefully a quick little video showing you all of my published patterns on Ravelry. I'm hoping to keep this at like 15 minutes or under, so let's just jump right into it. I've got all my samples here. I might insert some photos and I will link my shop below. So grab a cozy beverage. I've got my coffee. It's a rainy morning here in Michigan and I haven't even really gotten around for the day. We're just going after it here. So I've got 9 patterns to share and we're gonna jump right in. So first I'm gonna show you my hat designs. The first one is called the Wintering Hat. And it is, I know it's kind of, I have a little light here, kind of dark. This is a bulky weight hat that comes in just one size. There is also a worsted weight version of this pattern, and you will get both patterns when you purchase either one of them. So this one comes in one size, and the worsted weight comes in 3 sizes for child, adult, small, medium, and adult large, extra large. The bulky weight version is knit out of Brooklyn Tweed Quarry, which unfortunately Brooklyn Tweed is not making yarn anymore. So if you happen to have some of this in your stash or can snag a skein of it, 1 skein will do, but I will probably find an alternative yarn to knit up a sample of this in. But this pattern features a twisted rib brim. I believe I just used a standard cast on with that. And then you have these nice, thick, puffy cables and seed stitch in between as the background. It has a slightly slouchy fit. Let's see here if I can show you. A slightly slouchy fit. But just really great and cozy, knits up super fast. The worsted weight version, I actually don't have my sample because I gave it to my daughter and we don't know where it ended up. Just a quick little interruption from my little one. He was asking me a question. Where was I? The worsted weight version has all the same design elements as this, as well as an option to do a folded brim. But it just looks a little bit more refined and does have the 3 size options. And I knit my version of that in Coast to Coast natural worsted, which is lovely if you're looking for a non-superwash merino yarn. And I guess that's about it about that. Any worsted weight yarn will do. So let's move right along to the next one. This is probably my all-time favorite hat. And I'm not just saying that because I designed it. I've knit a lot of these. It comes in baby to adult big, so it's great to knit for everybody in your family or gifts or whatever. It is my straights beanie. Very simple. It's got this really nice side decreases here. So this hat pattern is actually inspired by the Mackinac Bridge and the Straits of Mackinac. I'm a Michigan girl through and through, born and raised here. I love all the beautiful things that the state has to offer. So you'll find that a lot of my pattern design is inspired by Michigan things. So yes, this is the Straits beanie. This one is my original one. It's a little bit big on me actually. But it's so cozy and perfect for those cold winters. I knit this one out of Magpie Fiber Nest, which is 100% Corriedale. It has held up beautifully. If you are looking for like, you know, a heritage yarn as far as longevity and something that can be made and passed down, you know, to other family members, I would 100% recommend this. I knit this hat several years ago and it is still in great condition. I mean, there's a teeny weeny bit of pilling, And I've worn this a ton. I mean, barely any pilling. I've worn this a ton. It's been thrown in my bags. It's been taken on trips. It's been all over the place, and it still looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to mention needle sizes for the wintering hat, but that's okay. This one, the brim is knit on US size 7 or 4.5 millimeter, and the body is knit on a size 9 or 5.5 millimeter needles. So this goes super duper fast. Like I mentioned, it has these side decreases, and then you actually bind off the top by grafting it using Kitchener stitch. So it's got a really seamless, beautiful finish. Like I said, I've knit this a lot. This was one I knit for one of my kiddos in a smaller size. And then I knit this one for myself that is fingering and mohair. I actually might have held 2 strands of the fingering and the mohair. So anything that'll get you that worsted gauge, super great. Great bang for your buck on this hat, because you can knit it for everybody and anybody and knit it over and over. Up next is my Michigander beanie, which I said I have a lot of Michigan inspired designs. I actually could not find the original sample, which was knit in a gray mill blend from Hoof to Hanger Fiber Mill in Bridgman, Michigan. I gave it to my husband, and it's somewhere. I had also knit a orange version for one of my kiddos in North Bay Fibers Elemental Worsted, which is 100% Cormo. It's amazing. It's super soft. So I will put in a picture of the pattern, a pattern picture, because it shows both of those hats. But I did have this one, so you can at least kind of see what it looks like, that I had knit an extra one for myself, but this was a little bit big for me. I need to redo it. So it has this like deep 4-inch, just one color brioche brim, and it's knit from the bottom up. So it's a great way to practice brioche if you're a first timer. And then just this really nice and clean 4-point decrease. Nothing fancy, but it looks nice. Like I said, this one's a little bit big on me. I should have knit the other size down, but you kind of get the idea. Really perfect for deep winter. If you've got a hunter or an ice fisherman in your life, this would be great. Or just anybody who's going to be outside in the cold weather. And this one also comes in 5 sizes, from baby to adult extra large, which this is adult extra large, and it's a little bit big on me, and I do have kind of a big head and a lot of hair. So good size range. And that one is knit up on, the brioche portion is knit on size 5 needles or 3.75 millimeters, and then the rest of the body is on size 7 or 4.5 millimeter. Again, it's a super quick knit, a great way to practice a new technique. Really quick and cozy. And I've actually had some ideas to knit some other accessories and possibly a garment, kind of to create a series out of that one color brioche, but it's just an idea at this point and way off into the future. So let's move along. I'm already at 8.5 minutes, so I don't know if I can do this in 15. The next one is my Billy Do beanie, which released this year. Another fun and fluffy. So there's a fingering weight with DK version, a DK and DK version, and then this was just a bonus one I knit for myself for fun, with a single ply and mohair. So the original pattern are both knit out of the Farmer's Daughter Fibers yarns. The fuzzy one you see here is their Oh Dang DK, which if you have not tried it, it's absolutely amazing. It's so soft, and it inspired me to design this hat that had this double brim with that on the inside. It's so soft and cozy against your head and gives you extra warmth. And one fun thing about this design is there's no ribbing at all. You just stockinette stitch here. It's all knit on one needle size. See, I didn't take very good notes here. I have it written down on US size 4 or 3.5 millimeter, and I think that's for the fingering DK version. I think maybe this is knit on a 6, But when you buy this pattern, you get the instructions for both weights. So this one is knit with Sukapi and Odang DK, and this one is knit with Pishkin and Odang DK. What else do I want to say about this? Oh, it's just got these nice, there's a little garter ridge there, so you get some nice like texture happening with these stripes. But it's just really simple to follow along. And again, a nice 4-point decrease there with nice simple shaping. It's just very slightly relaxed. You could definitely go more or less depending on what you want to do. And this one has 3 sizes from child to adult. So that is all the hats that I have to show you. Now next I have 2 sock designs. We're gonna take a quick sip of coffee to keep me going here. First up is my Tisket a Tasket socks. Let me get a little closer so you can see that texture a bit. I have worn these a lot, so if they look a little bit grungy, I apologize. So these are knit up also in a Farmer Daughter Fibers yarn. This was a BFL fingering from their sock squad like 2 years ago, so that's not even something that you could get, but truly any sock yarn would work. But I do really like BFL for socks. It just feels sturdy. It is sturdy. So these ones are knit from the toe up. I know that's not everybody's favorite way of doing it, but it is my favorite way of doing it. The whole thing is knit on a size 1 needle, and they come in baby to adult extra large. So probably it's 5 sizes. I don't know why I didn't jot that down. But this little kind of basket weave looking texture, which inspired the name, is made by just knitting and purling. You have a stockinette toe and bottom, a garter stitch gusset, fleagle heel, and then you just repeat that texture all the way up and have a nice 1x1 rib cuff with a tubular bind off. I will say this starts with a Turkish cast on, which is my favorite cast on. Amazing. So yeah, great, easy sock. I'm probably gonna knit another pair in this pattern. It works great for solid or something that's like speckled, slightly variegated. I even had testers knit it with a more variegated yarn and it translated really well. So just a good all around sock pattern. And now for you cuff down sock knitters, I have one for you. This is my Ridgeline boot sock, which is also knit with the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Sock Squad colorway. This is their Highwood sock, which you also can't just get in their shop. I think it's just a merino nylon. So again, any fingering weight yarn would work great. There are 3 sizes in this one, just because I could only kind of scale down this motif so much. So like an adult small, medium, and large. It is knit on US size 1 needles, or 2.25 millimeter. I did go up to a size 2 just for my color work cuff because I tend to tighten up my color work. And I have fairly thick calves, so I didn't want this to be too tight when I was wearing the socks. So that's just something you'll kind of have to experiment for yourself, or like kind of know about your own knitting if you need to do that or not. But as I mentioned, they are cuffed down. It's got a folded cuff here, then your little bit of color work, you knit, and I did a ribbed strong heel, which is actually the same construction as a fleagle heel going toe up. So you don't have to knit a gusset flap and pick up stitches or anything, which I really, really love. And this ribbing here gives it a nice fit on the back of the heel. You got your little contrast, and also ribbing around the midfoot and the arch, so that they're just comfortable and stay put if you are wearing these hiking, which I do. I wear all my socks all the time, you know, in all kinds of shoes, but they're also great for just lounging around the house. I think that's all I have to say for those. Well, since they're cuff down grafted toe, and just a little teeny bit of color work on there too. So a fun, quick fun knit, the Ridgeline boot socks. Now next I have 2 items that are considered neckwear. First up, let me make sure I've got it going the right way, is my Rothko cowl. This is also a 1-color brioche pattern. Well, it's 2 colors, you can see that, but you only knit with 1 color at a time for the brioche. So this one is knit out of Pearl Soho Yonder, which is an Aran weight, 50% wool, 50% alpaca, and the whole thing is knitted on size US 9 or 5.5 millimeter needles. The pattern's written in 2 sizes, so there's like a smaller size and a larger size. This is the larger one, so it's a little bit more roomy. I will probably knit myself one in the smaller size just to get a little more snugness there. It features a cable rib cast on, and with the 1-color brioche, there are short rows built into the back, so that kind of pushes up on your back neck for ultimate coziness. Here, I'll take it off so I can show a little bit better. There are increases right before the shoulder split, so it has just a nice gently sloped shape, and then that split, you start the new color, and so that kind of can tuck in your back collar and down your front to keep you extra cozy. This is really thick and squishy. I really like this yarn from Pearl Soho, and I think that with just one ball of each, I think you can make both sizes, if I'm remembering correctly. But this is just really functional. It has a great aesthetic and just a simple, you know, color block look. Could be good for a first time. Maybe not great for a first time briocher just because of the short rows and the shaping. But if you're, you know, a little adventurous, I would definitely go for this. Next up is my Long Way Home scarf. So let's see if I can show there kind of the middle and the ends. This was done in collaboration with North Bay Fiber, which is owned by Jill Zielinski and run there in Pinconning, Michigan. So I love knitting with yarns that are more local to me, yarns from my own state and, you know, regional area. So I definitely encourage everybody to seek out any yarns that are being made close to them or with, you know, wool that is being produced in their area. So this design, I released, I think like 2.5 years ago, and this is knit out of their Journey, which is 100% Romney. It's got a beautiful drape and sheen and just really perfect for this type of textured knitting as well. So this scarf has the tapered ends. I'm not a huge fan of just knitting a rectangle, and I don't also really wear scarves like that. So we've got the little taper end and these elongated, well, I guess it's just alternating rib, but you switch back and forth, some little garter ridges and an I-cord edge there. It comes in just one size, but it'd be pretty easy to lengthen this, even though I tried to design it to be, you know, a generous length. And if you knit it in the Journey yarn, you can knit the pattern with 3 skeins, but it comes pretty close, so you definitely would not be able to add anything extra. And I don't know if there are still kits on the website or not, but something you could look into. But yeah, it's just cozy, classic, great for anybody. Anyone could wear this. It looks great in any color. And I have a shawl version of this in the works, but no guarantees as to when that's going to be out. I kind of have taken a pause on my design work this year, just life and other things, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I don't want to create things for you guys when I'm not feeling inspired and my heart's not in it. I don't think that's fair to me, to the process, or to, you know, you knitters on the receiving end of it. So last but not least, and we are at 20 minutes, so I did not hit my goal of 15, but that's okay, is my first ever garment is my Thicket Raglan, which again, in this lighting, it's not great, but I can put some pictures. So you can get a little bit more idea of what this looks like. This was also knit and released in collaboration with North Bay Fiber. This one came out in January of this year. It is knit in their Elemental worsted, which is 100% Cormo. It is an incredible yarn. It's super soft, full and bouncy, but durable. I could have like 100 sweaters in this yarn. It is fantastic. So the Thicket Raglan. Oh, and I did want to mention really quickly, they are on the last of their Elemental worsted stock from the last batch that they got. I don't know what the deal is, if there was something like with the mills or whatever, but if you are interested in trying out this yarn, you should do that as soon as possible. I haven't checked the website. I don't know how much is left of anything, but worth trying out. Anyway, back to the pattern. The sweater comes in 9 sizes to fit a bust measurement of 28 to 62 inches or 71 to 157.5 centimeters with 4 to 6 inches or 10 to 15 centimeters of positive ease. So I knit a size 4 for me, and I have 6 inches of positive ease when I wear it. It's knit on size US 7 and 9 or 4.5 millimeter and 5.5 millimeter needles. Apparently I really like size 9 needles. That's popped up a lot here. It's a top-down raglan that has broken rib mock neck collar, the cuffs, hem, and a side detail all in the broken rib. The body has like these little pearl, I don't know, I'm calling it like an elongated broken rib because there's a couple straight stockinette rounds in between there, but just enough texture to give it some interest. The sleeves are just stockinette, so by the time you get to that point, you can just knit away and don't have to worry about it. It's got a relaxed fit, especially in the sleeve. I will say that I had a few testers that thought that the sleeves were a little bit too big for them, but it'd be fairly easy to modify your sleeve circumference by checking out the schematic, and I'm always available for questions and pattern support as well. But yeah, this is just a really wonderful, comfy, wearable, warm sweater. And I honestly didn't wear it a ton. I didn't wear it at all last fall because I was waiting for the pattern release. And I wore it a few times over the winter. So I'm looking forward to this fall and winter where I feel more comfortable to just rotate it as, you know, into my wardrobe as a normal piece. But there we go. That was all 9. And real quick, if you're watching this before the end of August 2025, I am running a 20% off sale on all of my patterns in Ravelry with the code end of summer. I'll put all the details below. So if any of these caught your eye and you're ready to start stocking up on cozy knits for the fall and winter, go ahead and check that out. Give me a like, subscribe if you're interested. I'll have a full-length video coming out this week about the Michigan Fiber Festival. Yeah, I'd love to see you here. I'd love to hear any comments that you have, any questions you have. Let me know below, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.